Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom One, and I am back with another video. Okay, we're going to get on this latest report involving Isaiah Thomas. He has some choice words about Danny Ainge. Basically, Isaiah Thomas is still upset at the fact that he was not only traded, but he felt like Danny Ainge, as well as others in the Celtics organization, disrespected him, basically didn't believe in him, things of that nature, saying that he's not going to forget the handling of this situation of Isaiah Thomas going to Cleveland and Kyrie Irving going to Boston. The problem with Isaiah Thomas, like a lot of players who get traded by their respective teams, is when you're talking about the NBA, Major League Baseball, the National Hockey League, the NFL, trades are a common occurrence that happens with professional leagues. Okay, some trades. The reason why some trades happen are several reasons. Either the organization felt like it's in their best interest to trade this player because this is as far as we're willing. This is far as we're going to go with this player, or salary cap situations, or a disagreement on how much a player should be paid or rewarded, particularly when they're coming to their final year of their contract. And I feel like all of those scenarios are the reason why Isaiah Thomas was ultimately traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's on the last leg of his contract. He's been injury prone. And with the small sample size Danny Ainge had with Isaiah Thomas, he knew in the back of his mind that he was not going to sign Isaiah Thomas to a max offer. Okay? And the writing was really on the wall. Even though Isaiah Thomas last year with the Celtics was a very promising and great season, particularly with all the stuff he had to endure and had to go through, losing his sister in a car crash. That was very tragic. Coming big in big games. His whole last season was like a roller coaster for Isaiah Thomas. He had a lot of ups, he had a lot of downs. But one thing was a constant factor when you look at the sample size of Isaiah Thomas with Cleveland, with the Celtics. They were not getting any better. And in fact, they always ended every single year. They never advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, a lot of factors of that is the Cleveland Cavaliers was a lot better the past two seasons with when you compare them with the Boston Celtics. LeBron James in the East will put a wrinkle in your planning, but however, last season they had the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Now, some were under the assumption that, well, the Cleveland Cavaliers simply just gave it to them. All right, because the Cleveland Cavaliers in the back of their mind saying it really doesn't matter what our position is, first, second, or third. When you're talking about in the East, we're still going to win the East. And the Cleveland Cavaliers last year was a juggernaut. They had LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, as well as the other cast members. All right, and that's good enough to be the beast of the East, representing the East, but may not be good enough when you compare them to the Golden State Warriors. Okay, so it's a combination of factors why Isaiah Thomas is where he's at today, which is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, the only thing Isaiah Thomas should be focusing on, and he's a human being, he's allowed to focus on whatever he wants to focus on, but to me, the things he needs to be focusing on is, one, getting better. Getting better, and try to get with the Cleveland Cavaliers sooner rather than later. Some are expecting that Isaiah Thomas is going to be coming back on the Cleveland roster at the All-Star break, and try to get healthier so you can contribute to the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2, getting in the starting lineup. Derrick Rose is pretty much what's in front of him. I feel like he's ultimately going to get that starting point guard spot, but he has to prove it with the organization, and they have to give it to them so they can test the waters and kick the tires of Isaiah Thomas, because you don't know what you're getting, and you got him for 1 more year, and if you want to sign him to an extension, this is pretty much your future, Isaiah Thomas, because Derrick Rose is leaving, okay, and if you read the reports, LeBron James may be interested in leaving. So the only star that you should be making a plan B for, of course you should be making a plan A for LeBron James. But if you do get LeBron James locked down, the second person in the equation is Isaiah Thomas, okay? Because you're going to need a point guard. Now, I stated when this trade went down that both teams got the best. Both teams won in this trade, okay? The Cleveland Cavaliers won because they got a premier point guard in Kyrie Irving, okay? His ISO game is through the roof. The way how this guy dribbles the ball is amazing, okay? And he's a taller guard, okay? So, and they got someone who has championship experience. So you got that with a young squad in Cleveland, okay? And the Cleveland Cavaliers got depth with Isaiah Thomas and Derrick Rose. These two guys are clearly going to be the point guards for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, you got the best. I felt like both teams got the best out of this trade. Now, Danny Ainge, he has to look at this from a business perspective, and he also has to look at this as improving the team. And this clearly improves the team on the other parts that you have, okay? Jay Crowder is improving the Cleveland Cavaliers because the Cleveland Cavaliers needed depth. So they got Jay Crowder, Isaiah Thomas, and I forgot the center's name. He's going to contribute with a limited basis, but he's still going to contribute. All right. So when you look at this going in, clearly both teams won in this trade. Isaiah Thomas should just move on to the next stage, which is trying to make this team a lot better. Try to catapult this team to winning a chip. Now they got Dwayne Wade, they got Derrick Rose, they still got Christian Thompson. They're gonna move Kevin Love to the center. They still got LeBron James, and they got other players that they added in free agency, as well as the roster that they had from last year, okay? So, when you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers from a talent perspective, a team talent perspective, they are a pretty good team, and they're going to likely be representing the East. I don't see the Boston Celtics taking over as of right now, because they got a lot of parts that need to work and play and perform together and make that chemistry, and they're still a young team. So I feel like for just this year, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to be the beast of the East, and the Boston Celtics are going to have to wait their turn. Okay, clearly next year you're not going to have Derrick Rose. You may sign Isaiah Thomas to an extension, and you may have LeBron James. Okay, but to me, as of right now of 2017, the Cleveland Cavaliers are clearly the best team in the East, behind the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks, even the Miami Heat look a lot better. Now, the Bulls are cellar dwellers. They're going to they're playing for ping pong balls. Okay, the New York Knicks are in the same faith as the Bulls. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to worry about those teams. You do have to worry about the Washington Wizards. I feel like the Washington Wizards got better as well. Okay, but as far as Isaiah Thomas goes, he should concentrate more on focusing on getting healthy and getting on the squad sooner rather than later. And if he has to wait till All-Star break, he'll wait till All-Star break. Derrick Rose can hold it down until he gets there. And then once he gets there, the Cleveland Cavaliers have to figure out the future, meaning Isaiah Thomas and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, are we going to sign this guy to an extension? And if we are signing this guy to an extension, we need to know that is this the right choice for us? Okay, but I feel like Isaiah Thomas should just live and learn, just let it go. This is a business. When you look at Danny Ainge and his position, he didn't have no malice intentions behind it. His only sole focus on his job is to make the team better. And this deal clearly made the Boston Celtics a lot better. Okay, and it's just one of those things you have to go through as a professional player. You have to go through trades. Okay. And like I said earlier, there are several examples on why you want to make a trade. And clearly with this trade, all three of those examples, all three of those rules applied on why this came to be what it came to be. All right. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe, please. Notification squad in the building. Hit the notification icon, the notification bell, so you'll know when my next video or live stream is going down. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don 1, and I am out.